Alright, what's up, dog? I'm here to give you a little bit of basic Bridget knowledge. Some shit that you can take into the lab, and you know, some shit that you just might not have known. So, for starters, we're gonna start you off basic here, you know. Go homie in a block real quick. So, all the Bridget's S normals, with the exception of R slash, are double hit. They all double hit. Far slash only hits once, but something to keep in mind with far slash, heavy slash, both their 5 and 2 versions, they have follow-ups. For most of the basic shit you're gonna be looking out for, her setups are surprisingly easy to do. Whenever she routes into a knockdown, be it close slash 2D, 5k 2D, 2k 2D, whatever, she can just set yo-yo, and this pretty much, I just safe jumped right into a fucking reversal throw. Why is that a thing I had set? But yeah, this leads into effectively a guaranteed safe jump, right? So if I set her to do Mortal, I'm already chilling, I'm already safe, I'm already set up, right? And then she can do pretty much the same thing off of roll jump or roll back dash, right? So I let go of back that time, but you get the idea, right? Something that you're kinda gonna have to guess on some parts of her pressure, which, you know, it's a mixed character, so you're gonna be guessing a lot anyways, but anytime she has set yo-yo out, you want to do basically one of two things. You want to avoid her roll trajectory, which I should have said second, because really you want to check her, which is the second thing. You want to check her. So you want to be able to check roll, and I've told you this before, but when you're checking roll, you don't want to like commit to super big high committal buttons like far slash or heavy slash. You could do like byebye back JS or something, or just, you know, maybe a JS. You can hit a JK if it's like a high roll, but for the most part you'll just be on the ground. 5k, 5p, 6p. 6p is probably your safest bet. Depending on the range and what she does, you still have shit to worry about. I'm gonna tell you right now, you never want to 6p roll if Bridget has meter, because what's gonna happen is this. And even if you hit her, you're getting smoked by Roger. And, you know, that's a lot of damage. Like, it doesn't seem like that much, but especially when you're on lower health, the multi-hit that super does is really good for Guts Crush, and it will fuck your health bar up. And then if you're near the wall, well, I have to tell you what happens when you get hit by a super near the wall. Like, that's positive bonus for Bridget, and I get positive bonus. This will be harder for you to lab against, and I wouldn't worry about labbing against it too much. This situation is guaranteed 50-50 pressure. Like, I'm pretty sure if I do this correctly, let's see. Set her counter attack settings. Where is it? After block, right? We'll set her to Mortal. Right? Yeah, so highest gapless, and then low I fucked up, but low is also gapless. Those you're more or less just gonna have to hold those. That's why it's good to lab this shit too, or to watch players who lab this shit. Like, even going to somebody like Diaphone's channel and watching some of his like how to play Bridget videos and shit, you don't have to like learn how to play the character you're trying to fight against per se, but knowing these kinds of little things against them, like, it's more knowledge to your arsenal. You'll know which situations you can act in and which situations you can't, right? So pretty much anytime I'm running block pressure and I decide to go into Roger like that, like none of this is guaranteed. Like if I go to counterattack settings, right, with the block, and I make you 2p, boom, boom, I get hit. Shit to look out for is just mostly roll. It's mostly roll, and if you can't check roll, right, like if Bridget's giving up her like momentum to basically like fake you out on a roll, then all you have to do is just take space. Take space. And for the love of God, dash block. Dash block will save your life. You can FD break, you can just like, just please dash block, bruh. It's so good. But yeah, fucking take space, and especially against Bridget, characters like Bridget, characters like Ram, characters like Nago with big ass normals, character like Zato, Happy Chaos, and Axel with, you know, nasty zoning skills. You wanna take as much space as you can and not give up space, and that means, again, dash block, because if you're doing that thing you do, you're holding forward, then what's gonna happen to you is this. You're gonna get fucking this bitch blocking still. You're gonna get hit, and Bridget's gonna scooter and carry you half fucking screen, because that's the beauty of Bridget. She can confirm off of any hit, take half screen space off of just about any hit. Right, so like any of the Gatling follow-ups after her slash buttons or heavy slash buttons will just net her dumb fuck screen carry. Other than that, I mean, shit, most of the time you actually do pretty good anti-airing. It's just like roll is probably the biggest thing that you have to know how to deal with in the Bridget matchup, and she has a lot of ways of making that a pain in the ass for you to deal with. Like even just hitting a button early, could be any button. Typically JK and JP are the go-tos just because, you know, they're the fastest, but hitting a button early kills her trajectory, you know. She can also whiff punish you, doing the same thing. Roll JH, roll JS, they're pretty fucked up, right? If you ever wanted to lab like basic block strings, then most of her basic block strings that you can just set, like, you know, as your recordings and shit, are just gonna be things like /, 2S, 5H, H into yo-yo throw. You could do / 2S, 5H into scooter, and if you space out the break follow-up, which is on P, you space it out correctly, then it's relatively safe on block. You do give up your turn, but you can block. You can block afterwards, so she's safe after that. Not at advantage, but you know, you can block. This follow-up, shoot, scooter shoot, you'll only ever see if a Bridget has meter. At least, you know, if they're not a meth head. Sometimes I let it rip without meter too, but a lot of times it's just like neutral skip. Because I know your ass is gonna IAD, I just fucking send it and shoot anti-airs you, nice little counter hit. I usually don't get anything but screen carry off of it. Something to know is that you have to be aware of the meter. You have to be aware of your meter, you have to be aware of the opponent's meter, you have to be aware of who has positive bonus, when they have it, you know? Especially against Bridget, because if you were to like sword throw from this range, Roger's smoking you. You try to Calvados from this range, Roger's smoking you. Like, you gotta be aware. And then also, you know, typical movement shenanigans that come with having 50 meter to spend on FRCs and shit. And then the fact that the moment Bridget has meter, she's going to mix the ever-living motherfuck out of you, and it's gonna be some evil shit. Another thing to be aware of is when you're in the corner and set yo-yo is out, it will pull you. It will pull you away from the wall. And the reason why this is a problem is because it enables those shenanigans. And if you ever have trouble telling the difference between active and set yo-yo, right? Of course there's the motions, but you're not gonna see inputs in the middle of a match, right? When active is thrown out, right, it hits. Whereas if set is thrown out, it doesn't hit. Set also comes back faster. So active will linger for a little longer, right? Whereas set, 1, 2, about 2 seconds, it's back, right? But that's just something to be aware of, right? Like, if I toss yo-yo and it goes right through you, know that it's gonna come back and it's gonna hit you if you're not ready, you know, not paying attention. That's pretty much the Brisket basics that I can give you. If you wanna do scooter mix, then the one off of shoot is back drift FRC. And then the one for low mix is trickier. I had to practice this for like 10-20 minutes to actually get the timing for it, but you do shoot, and then you downdrift FRC into 2K, which I'm fucking mashing right now, but I've been able to do it consistently, so I'm not too worried about fumbling the demonstration. Doesn't help I'm tired as hell right now. If she gets a knockdown on you, right, then typically she's gonna set yo-yo or whatever, but if she hits OTG, then she can time yo-yo, like active yo-yo, so it hits meaty on your wake up, which will catches a lot of shit. I'm pretty sure it can catch DPs if I block it, but it's just pretty much free meaty, and if it hits, she can confirm off of it immediately because, you know, she's right up in your face, so it's just boom, she gets close slash, right? All of these normals, like these long ass normals, you can hit them, you can 6p them. They are a lot longer than you think in terms of their hurt box, right? They go pretty much right up before the yo-yo on the majority of her yo-yo normals. So you can hit that shit. You can whiff punish it with Ram Sword. You can clip the startup if you're, you know, attacking preemptively, which I wouldn't look to do because, you know, that's meth head see the future behavior and nobody can realistically do that, but you can whiff punish it, you can 6p it while it's active, and then other than that, just be aware of the range that you're playing in. You also have big fuck off normals that I have to play around. Mine have a smidgen more reach than yours, I believe, but, you know, this is something to keep in mind. This matchup, honestly, feels like shit for Bridget at times. Like, you have the ideal weight for me to just juggle like fucking crazy, but you're also Ramlethal. But yeah, I hope some of this helps you out a little bit. Like, I'd say, you know, try and go into the lab and fucking, you could just go into like counterattack settings, right? And then go down to custom here. You can hit X to record, and then, you know, you can do a little jump to show the start of your little recording and shit, right? That way you remember, and then do your action, right? Like, I used to use this to practice 6ping projectiles. That's why I used to be so good at it. Oh man, really dumb thing to spend your time practicing, but hey, you know, it's fun. They're just in the lab trying dumb shit out. That's the spirit of fighting games, you know? So, again, I hope that helps. I'm gonna now go and try and cut this down so it's actually like concise and not 20 minutes of garbage.